What a way to end the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, with a last-minute equaliser causing a pitch invasion from the Everton fans, and high tension between the players at the full-time whistle, resulting in red cards for both teams and manager Arne Slot. It's a result that means Liverpool have a slightly bigger advantage at the top of the table, and also confirms the huge impact David Moyes is having with Everton, now unbeaten in their last 4 matches, and looking really dangerous at times in their most recent performances, whilst also having a number of key players out due to injury. And until essentially the last kick of the game, it felt as if Liverpool had all 3 points in the bag. And while it certainly wasn't their best performance of the season, the individual quality of players like Mo Salah means they only need a split second to find a goal. But Everton were able to find the back of the net in the 98th minute, with talkSPORT smashing home a deserved equaliser and causing chaos at Goodison Park. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how Everton's defensive shape made life extremely difficult for Liverpool, and why there seemed to be no movement up top for Liverpool, who struggled to create a lot of meaningful chances. Welcome to talkSPORT, my name is Cormac from Football Meta, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more. The 2-2 draw means Liverpool move 7 points clear of Arsenal at the top of the table, with 14 games still left to play in this Premier League season, and the two teams not to face off until the 10th of May. While Everton's impressive form sees them move well clear of the relegation zone, and with a chance of moving even further up the table if they can continue this impressive start under David Moyes. Everton sacrificed themselves to defend as a unit, making life extremely difficult for Liverpool, and it's a defensive shape that has caused Liverpool a few issues this season. So let's take a look at exactly how Everton were able to slow down Liverpool's attack. With Liverpool building from the back, Everton did actually close them down effectively in this phase, and on a couple of occasions were able to force them out wide and regain possession after Liverpool misplaced passes into midfield. But for the vast majority of the time, Everton adopted a mid-block 4-4-2 shape, and their game plan was extremely clear from the first minute. In possession, Liverpool kept their fullbacks in close proximity to the centre-backs, with Bradley starting slightly further up the pitch compared to Robertson. And in the centre, Gravenberch was the only holding midfielder, with McAllister and Szoboszlai attempting to find space between the lines, while Diaz was free to rotate like we've seen all season, often moving into the left channel to play in closer proximity to Gakpo. Everton were extremely patient, and as Liverpool would circulate possession, they would block off a pass into Gravenberch and ensure there was little space for Liverpool to progress centrally, resulting in the vast majority of attacks being built out wide. Liverpool would often look to skip a tempo and go long into Salah on the flank, but it was difficult for them to create any meaningful chances from this position, as he often found himself isolated, and would result in Liverpool restarting their attacks at the back, or losing possession on the flank. The free kick that led to Everton's opening goal came exactly from a situation like this, with Liverpool moving the ball out wide into Salah, attempting to link up play with Szoboszlai, but the pass being intercepted, with Everton circulating possession before Ndiaye was fouled near the halfway line. There are question marks on whether Ndiaye was actually fouled on the halfway line, but Everton took advantage of the free kick and played a beautiful through ball into Beto, who placed his shot nicely to the side of Alisson. The lead, however, only lasted for a few minutes, as Salah was able to find McAllister in the box, using every inch at his disposal to find the bottom corner with a really well executed header, catching both Pickford and talkSPORT by surprise. Liverpool have been one of the most fluid teams this season when in possession, but Everton were able to slow down the game substantially to the point where it seemed as if Liverpool had few ideas on how to progress. It was a similar story in their 1-1 draw against Nottingham Forest, and Liverpool do seem to struggle against compact mid-block structures. Liverpool's midfield and attack is excellent at dragging players out of position and rotating to pick up dangerous pockets of space. But against teams that don't follow these movements, but rather block off passing lanes and shadow mark the players in midfield, it becomes increasingly difficult for them to stick to their tactics. And in this game against Everton, Liverpool at times seemed to be glued to their positions, only on a few occasions being able to break through down the middle, with a long-range effort from Szoboszlai at the end of the first half forcing a decent save from Pickford, and one of the only meaningful chances of the first half other than the goal. The left flank wasn't able to produce any meaningful opportunities in the first half, and if Liverpool did progress into the final third, it was mostly from the right channel. But again, Everton were doing an excellent job at slowing down all these attacks, and intercepting any passes or crosses into the box. In the second half, in an attempt to address some of these issues going forward, Liverpool made a few substantial changes. Gravenberch was replaced by Curtis Jones, and Bradley came off for Trent Alexander-Arnold, with Tsimikas also replacing Andy Robertson at left back. These changes did make Liverpool a bit more dynamic in attack, as Alexander-Arnold would rotate more centrally compared to Bradley, opening up more direct routes into Salah, but also allowing the midfielders to rotate forward more frequently, with Curtis Jones pushing up on the defensive line, and allowing Liverpool to get more players involved on the attack, whilst also building with one less player on the defensive line. And it was these changes that led to Liverpool's second goal, with Jones linking up well with Núñez in the centre, and the deflected shot falling nicely into the path of Salah, whose perfect first touch set him up beautifully to finish off the move. Now, while Liverpool did struggle to match the tempo that we have seen in previous matches, Everton's game plan was extremely clear from kickoff, attempting to slow down Liverpool and create chances from long balls and counter-attacks. With Everton in possession, it seemed as if Liverpool were well aware of the dangers of the second ball, and so Liverpool did attempt to cover this space in the centre with the holding midfielders playing in a pretty deep position, meaning Everton did have a decent amount of space to start their attack. But inevitably at some point Everton would look for the direct ball into Beto or Doucouré. A lot of the times this resulted in free kicks in Liverpool's half, but on occasion they were able to find players in behind and look for crosses into the box. Everton started the second half well, with a big chance falling for Doucouré as they picked up the ball in Liverpool's half and found Gueye on the flank, crossing into the unmarked Doucouré who couldn't get his header on target. While shortly after a swift counter-attack led to a chance for Harrison, who replaced the injured Ndiaye during the first half. Once Liverpool took the lead, it seemed as if that would be game over for Everton, as they struggled to create a lot of dangerous opportunities. But a long ball from Ashley Young and a hopeful cross from Mykolenko meant the ball fell perfectly for Tarkowski, who smashed home the equalizer in the 98th minute. And after an extremely lengthy VAR check for offside, the goal was confirmed and chaos erupted in the stands. It was an incredible end to the Merseyside derby, with that goal clearly meaning everything to the Everton fans and causing a lot of frustration in the away end. Ultimately, while the game was extremely entertaining, we once again have to speak about the refereeing decisions that had a big impact on the outcome of this game. There were more yellow cards than shots at the end of the first half, and while the players weren't always extremely composed, neither was Michael Oliver, who let the game escalate to a point where he had no option but to hand out a lot of yellow cards. Everton fans felt Bradley should have seen a second yellow after holding back Doucouré, while Liverpool were rightly questioning why some fouls were given and others were not. And eventually it all led to a big clash at the full-time whistle, with Doucouré and Jones being sent off, along with Arne Slot, an assistant manager for Liverpool, leaving question marks on who will lead Liverpool in their next game against Wolves on Sunday. But what did you make of this game? Do you think a draw was a fair result? And is 7 points enough for Liverpool to hold on to the top spot and be crowned Premier League champions? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, I have more tactical breakdowns on my channel, Football Meta. Thanks for watching.